Ain't funny though, so everything's good. Hold on.
On the episodes, I don't know. I might beat you.
Hey, whoa. Hey. I don't know about that, bro. Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of the HBCU podcast with your host, Hashim the Dream. You already know what it is. And
Good rising, good people. Bobby K, the co-host of the show. Our regular special guest, our editor, Wale. Say what's up to the people.
You point to your left.
yeah, we can't be pointing because it's all.
Yeah. You see him.
Wale, it's good to be here. It's cold. Got the snowstorm, but shoveling. But we working out here. We good.
Yes.
We all healthy. We all alive.
Yes. Working through this snow. It's about a feet tall. You know what I'm saying? Got some more shoveling to do. But, you know what I'm saying? So good. We got another good episode for you guys. Before we get into the topic, though, we got to do the HBCU fun fact, which I have for today. So, Robert Charles Bates, he was the first Black certified architect in the U.S. He graduated from Claflin University in South Carolina and went on to establish the first architecture program to be offered at an HBCU in the 1890s.
Jesus.
All the
Off
way
topic.
Back.
I thought you were gonna say barber body count.
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow. Why was that on your mind when I was talking about HBCU fun fact?
But you just said barber, and I just gravitated towards it.
That's crazy.
That sounds like a slang term that might catch on in the future.
It sounds like some bullshit that one of the co-hosts of the show said a few months ago on the episode. But I digress, though. So shout out to Robert Bates, pioneer for architecture. Very important. So we could get into the topic, Hashim, if you want to, bring it up.
Yes, sir. So if you guys haven't watched the first episode of this topic, Evolution of Hip Hop, I recommend that you go watch it, part 1. And this will be part 2, Evolution of Hip Hop. So we're going to talk more about like the producers, maybe behind the scenes, because I feel like we just talked about the artists last episode.
Why do you keep saying artists? I noticed that.
I know, yeah. I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I definitely messed that up. But,
if that's your thing, then, keep it going. You know what I mean? You trying to start trends on the show. So,
Nah.
We could just start calling them artists.
Just let it slide.
All right.
So what do you think? Do you think a record label? I started off. Do you think a record label could make or break an artist and their career?
Well, of course, yeah, absolutely. They could make or break them in 2 different ways. So, like, for a lot of artists, like up and coming artists, their main goal is to get the attention of a record label. But like, especially in this era, I think it's become a little bit easier to try to get the attention of record labels because of the broadening of the internet, and just, you can have something trend and go crazy. Like one song could go pop off on TikTok or something and social media, and an executive or somebody that's, a part of, Interscope or part of, a different high level label can see it, and then boom, they could bring you in for meeting and maybe offer you a deal. What I will say though is the reason why it could break you is because you could get caught up in the 360 deal.
What's that?
Wale, you know what a 360 is? So a 360 deal it's been around for a long while. Basically, the label signs you, right? Oh, you excited? Oh yeah, I got signed by a label, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, all right, bet. So we're going to give you this advance, give you a little bonus or whatever, right? But whatever revenue you make in general within the realm of music, whether it's touring, whether it's merchandise, whether it's public appearances, any of those things, we get a cut of. and it's usually a major cut. So you can't really do anything independent of them because of that 360 deal. There's a lot of artists who's kind of like spoken out about like either them being in it or a lot of young artists being in it because they get kind of trapped and whatnot. So like, you know, record labels can definitely make or break you for sure.
Yeah, I don't understand why more people don't just go independent. It's just harder to be more popular.
But that's what it's easier said than done. You know what I mean? Like it's in the best interest of the artist to be independent creatively because you have more creative control. But like the record labels have value in a sense of like marketing and promotion.
Reputation.
And that means and what?
Reputation as well.
That's what I'm saying. So if you, let's say, are coming out with a new album and you're artist, you having a record label machine behind you, they have corporate interest in investment in you. So they're going to make sure, oh, let's put his shit on Billboard. Let's have it plastered, promoted all over social media. Let's have it like all types of creative ways you see, like with Drake, for example. You know what I mean? You guys' favorite artist.
No, nah. You must be talking
Don't
to
get
the
slapped
public.
up, bro.
He's talking to the public. He's talking to the public.
What the fuck?
I'm talking to the public. Calm yourself, do right.
Right.
What I'm saying is, so many people's favorite artist, Drizzy, you know what I mean? When CLB came out, because he has, you know, he's such one of the biggest artists in the world and he has the record label machine behind him, you saw a bunch of billboards and everything plastered all across different cities and everything, and that adds to the hype of, you know, the project.
Is he under his own record label?
I'm sure. Well,
OVO?
the thing is with like labels, it's like even like, for example, Cole, right? Our favorite artist, legit.
Yeah, that's right.
He has Dreamville, right, which is technically his label, but it's under the guise of Interscope.
Oh, really?
Because Interscope, like you can have like your own like record label, quote unquote, but you still have a distribution deal with like the labels who are pushing out the actual like albums. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know,
I feel like it's unfair that record labels could demand, oh, you have to put out an album now, or you can't put this album out yet. Like it takes away.
They shelve it. They shelve a lot of. They did it with Megan's.
She
talked
can't
about that a lot.
Stuff. She can't put out music, and what her contract doesn't end for like another year or two. That's stupid.
I think so.
I feel like both parties just losing money at that point.
You see, my thing is that this day and age, people need to take advantage. And I think like Meg is probably doing it. Like, for example, we have these social media platforms where you can do that. I mean, it's easier to be, I guess, a one-hit wonder because there's some YouTube creators who will have a song, it gets popping, they'll get probably millions of views, they probably get monetized for and whatnot, but then that's it. So there's an opportunity, but again, it's a lightning in a bottle kind of situation. For some artists now in the industry, I would say I would think if I'm a rapper or an artist in the industry and I'm not liking the environment, I would take my reputation now, since I got it, do this official business, leave that shit and then start a social media, use TikTok, all that.
It's not that simple though. And I get what you're saying, but you also have to keep in mind, a lot of these artists, when they're getting signed, they're not in the best financial position. Like they're just like us. They're aspiring. You know what I'm saying? They're working 9 to 5s. Some of them might be in school. A lot of them probably been trying to rap or sing or do whatever for a long while and just trying to get popped off. So when a record label comes, the record labels know what they're doing. They're taking advantage of these young artists because they know that they're desperate and they're naive. They don't know better. So if they come to them and be like, oh, yo, we have $1 million we could give you in advance right here. You know what I'm saying? just sign this deal. We give you the $1 million in advance. We'll give you a nice little budget. You know what I'm saying? To shoot the music videos, get studio time. You're a young artist. Let's say you're 21, 22. Shit, you trying to get that bread.
But
You
isn't
got
that
bills
an
to pay.
opportunity?
You got shit to do. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna sign it. But just so you know, we're gonna need to get that money back from you though, because we're gonna need about 5-6 projects from you.
That's tough.
You see what I'm saying? So the business side of hip hop, especially, and record labels in general, is really fucked up because they really do take advantage of younger artists who are desperate and don't know no better. And they usually don't have influences around them who's guiding them in that path.
But isn't that considered like an opportunity? Like by the record deal label giving them the $1 million. And to be honest, you can take that $1 million and say they want like 3 projects out of you. You could put the hottest garbage of 3 projects. But that million,
as we've seen.
Yeah.
For the last decade.
But that million good.
Wale hates the 2010s of hip hop.
Oh, and by the way, disclaimer, a little quick rant. This is a little shit talk. If you endorse or if you rep people like 6ix9ine and whatnot, you be glad. Fuck you. People like 6ix9ine, fuck you.
Damn. It's because he's a snitch or
no. Because this shit is horrible.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you.
If you say I'm sorry, subject fuck that shit. Fuck you. Fuck your taste in music. Anywho, continue.
That's tough.
What you ask? Quick side note. Do you guys
We're doing a lot of side notes.
I know, but do you guys like trap?
No.
No, not trap, sorry. Drill.
Well, what type of drill? It's different types. It's Chicago, and then there's New York drill, and then there's UK drill.
Definitely not UK drill. I'm not talking about that.
Damn, why you violate UK drill?
I have no experience listening to UK drill, so I can't talk about it.
I mean, it's because I know you like the UK accent because your girl Georgia.
You gotta say it right.
Well, I wanted you to say it. I
Georgia!
set you up the lot. There you go.
You feel me?
Yeah, I set you up the lot.
Wait, so are we comparing? So, because I'm gonna put like a sound bit, Chicago and New York drill.
Yes, it's two. That's 2 different types.
I don't know what drill is.
I like Chicago drill. When we was in high school, I remember like I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I did like certain songs. You know what I mean? Obviously, they had big hits. Chief Keef. What happened?
Oh, that's Chicago drill? Like Chief
Keef,
Keef
like Chief Keef, like O Block, like dope type of music, like Finetto, don't like that type of.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mess with New York drill. It ain't for me.
So you didn't like Pop Smoke?
No.
Rest Easy. You didn't like it?
Nope.
I didn't either. But I mean, I see. But you know what it is? I see the influence though. And that's the thing, like we talked about in the first episode, go watch that. Like, when it comes to what happened?
I said, this man's stressed out over there.
Oh, I mentioned Pop Smoke and Wale is he's comatose. But like again, like I mentioned before, like when it comes to these different sounds like drill, you can take it and elevate it and use it in better forms. So like with Pop Smoke, like I could appreciate the essence of what he was trying to do. And you see the influence of it even after he passed. He passed away 2 years ago, and you see so many New York artists. Yeah, it's been 2 years.
Does he put his dress live? That's crazy.
Yeah, like he passed around the same time as Kobe. But it's like exactly. I know it's time is so warped within this panorama.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough, but like you see so many artists now from like the New York area using that sound, like CJ with Whoopty. Like you wouldn't get a Whoopty hit if it wasn't for like someone like Pop Smoke putting that sound in the New York style. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the name of that song, by the way? Is that legit the name?
What?
Whoopty? Is that really the name?
Whoopty, yeah. You know,
Retarded.
You know the things about these like Pop Smoke. I didn't like Pop Smoke, but I would know his songs because they were playing on the radio. Every party you go to, they play it. You go in somebody's house, they're playing it. So at the same time, like I don't like them, but I just know the music just because it's played constantly.
Let's take a step back. I'm glad you mentioned the party atmosphere of that's how the first listen that you heard of Pop Smoke, right? So let's take a step back. So for you guys, how do you like consuming hip hop music specifically? Do you consume and hear different songs mainly like in social functions, in your car, like on the radio, or like because like the evolution of streaming services has made it so much more accessible to listen to music. So how would you say you guys like listening to music? If you get what I mean.
I would say car, like either headphones or car, because it just slaps different.
But like on the radio or on the streaming
platform? Aux. On
Aux.
like Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you got. Yeah.
Okay.
Radio be too many commercials, bro. I can't deal with it.
I feel like they played the same like 8 artists and the same like 12 songs, and they have a whole Rolodex of shit. Because they'll play like a throwback song, and it'll be some shit that we all remember. It's like, oh, that's fire. And then they'll play the same shit they just played 15 minutes ago.
It's on repeat. Like, it's not 15 minutes ago. I don't know about that, but maybe
like
an hour or two.
Everything I love, I promise you, there's some songs I legit heard 3 times within an hour.
Wait.
Not on the same station.
Yes, on the same station.
No, they do. Hot 97 does that. Hot 97 and 105.1, they do that. I do
know
that.
105 and Hot 97 be doing that.
You said within the hour or 15 minutes?
Bro, there's been times I've heard the same song on Power 105 or High 97 within an hour. I'm not exaggerating. Literally, I would hear it at the top of the hour. Then about 20 minutes later, they'll play the same variation of the song. And then maybe like 30 minutes later, they'll play the song again. I'm like, yo, am I bugging? What the fuck is going on?
I know it's a lie because they have like 20 minutes of commercial within that hour, right?
No, so not always. Sometimes they do like hours where in the day where it's no commercials. So they're just playing songs back to back to back. And they play the same fucking artist.
I think you'd be switching between stations, bro. That's why.
Bro, come on now. I listen to 3 hip hop, or 2 hip hop stations.
Real quick, back to Bobby's question though, the accessibility thing. For me, it's like Hashim said, one car, but it's tied also between parties. Because it hits different at a party. Like the beats, everything hits different at a party. If I mess with your song at a party, I mess with it outside. If I don't mess with it, and you know Pop Smoke songs, I don't mess with it. If I'm not feeling a party, I don't want to hear it in my safe space.
But see, I don't know if you're being honest though, because not with the Pop Smoke, but with your other point, because hearing a song at a party, it has a different function and use at a party or at a social function compared to if you're listening at your crib or in the car. So a song that you would vibe with at a function that will get you like turned up and like, you know, loose and like everyone's having a good time might not be the same shit you want to listen to when you're in the car with a girl or with your homies or whatever.
If I'm by myself, I'm listening to that shit. If I'm by myself, I'm listening to it.
I think it should be the other way around.
You're gonna listen to turn up music the same way though? You're gonna listen to turn up music the same way?
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Okay.
I feel like I agree with you, Bobby. It's rare, but yeah, I agree with you on like there's certain songs that it's like I could listen to this at a party. Like Pop Smoke, I could listen to that party. But if you play it outside, no. Why?
Would you remove the aux from them if they
Yes.
If it's my car, I just
yes.
The song's not getting played.
Damn.
My car, bro.
Okay,
9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have the aux or switch the song. If it's somebody else's car, I have no right to say, "Yo, switch the song."
The same way. I'll give someone the aux, but like I preface it because I want to hear other people's like musical taste. But I preface it like, all right, if you play some bullshit, I'm gonna give you like 2 chances.
Two
After
chances.
that second chance, if you play some bullshit,
Two skips.
You gotta take the aux away. But going back to like producers, like
wait. Let me set you up, Bobby. All right, so you got roles of the hip hop industry. So name 3 important ones. So one is producers, and 2 more. Then we'll explain the roles.
So you got the producer that most of you probably knows and understand, you know what I mean, how important they are, especially in this day and age, in this era.
I don't.
You got that. Well, people who's listening and watching who like listen to a lot of music, they know the value of producer. You got the engineer, and then you have like the AR person, basically.
What does AR stand for?
I don't remember actually. So yeah, that's what AR stands for. So producer. So the producer is, to me, just as important as the artist, because they set the soundscape of what we listen to, especially in hip hop specifically. Because as we talked about in the past, the part 1, hip hop has evolved so much sonically. And a lot of that has had to do with the producers being more like experimental, you know what I mean? Taking not just from boom bap, but, you know, implementing more like, you know, 808s and hi-hats and drum breaks and different like technical things like that. And to me, like producers like The Alchemist, Metro Boomin, Kenny Beats, you know, Southside, Mustard, all these type of producers, they matter so much to the hip hop culture because honestly, they make a lot of these artists sound better than they actually are if we keeping it real.
The song good, yeah. Sometimes you just vibe with the beat. That's why the song's good. It's just the beat.
What was we talking about off camera? Pushing P. You know what I'm saying?
God.
So engineer is like the person who's in charge of kind of like make sure everything sounds crisp and like, you know, like the mixing and everything like of that nature. So sometimes like the engineer tries to make sure like a song isn't like too like distorted, or maybe they want it to intentionally be distorted depending on the type of artist. But like you can hear it like when you listen to a lot of music, you can kind of hear if something isn't mastered correctly or isn't mixed correctly, and you're like, yo, the engineer did not do a great job with this, or vice versa. The shit is smooth, it slaps, it's grand, it sounds lush, it sounds, you know what I mean? Like the essence of the song is like so like encapsulated well. You know what I mean?
So who's making the sound?
The producer is making the beat, right? But, or, you know, using samples and whatnot. The engineer is making sure that everything within it sounds like in order.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's like the organizer of the soundscape, if that makes sense. And then the AR, the AR is kind of like the person that is like the curator in a sense. He's bringing everyone in. So like DJ Khaled, fake ass producer, but he kind of
he's a producer.
Like huh?
Go ahead, keep going.
Well, you say he's a producer?
He's not a
producer. But he kind of is like an AR of his own albums that he's put out the past few years. You know, he's curating, he's bringing in these artists and having them collab with each other to make, you know, try to make these hits or, you know, these dream collaborations. Another one.
You know,
and shit ain't been hitting.
We the best music.
And they've been the mediocre music for me. But you know, I digress.
I mean, but he's done a lot. You know, the crazy side note, which not side note, but the crazy thing about DJ Khaled, like he actually used to be a DJ. Like he built his way up doing DJs, like how you typically see DJs at parties, and now he's like a producer.
He's really not a producer though. He's getting credit for it because he's curating these people and bringing them together. But he's not really adding. He's not adding to the albums.
Do you know who makes the beats?
It's not him.
How you know?
It's not him.
He also says DJ Khaled to make sure you know it's his song.
Hashim, if we look at the credits on any of his projects under his name, and we look at each song, he's not going to be on none of the production credits.
You're right. He's not a producer because it's his albums. He's an artist.
He's an artist. Oh, really?
If you go look up on Apple Music or whatever streaming platform you got, Spotify, if you watching this podcast as well, or listening.
Great.
You type in DJ Khaled, his album's gonna come up.
So name your favorite DJ Khaled verse.
Another one. Oh my God. We the best.
This is my co-host, people.
We the best.
A DJ Khaled stand.
Okay.
I'm not DJ Khaled fan. I'm just saying he does a lot for the.
He really doesn't.
He gets these people together. Otherwise, these songs wouldn't be there.
Hashim, do you have a favorite producer or producer that comes to mind?
J. Cole. Yeah.
J. Cole is your favorite
producer?
Yes, yeah. He does. He produced a lot of his own music.
I guess producer. Ooh, I have a few. I love Timbaland. Timbaland. I do like Metro Boomin. I don't know if Swiss Beats.
Yo, I was gonna say him too.
Swiss Beats got so many hits.
Pharrell.
Who I think is the greatest producer of all time.
Ooh, that's a big claim. What about Kanye?
I'm telling you, I don't think anybody has as many hits with as much variety as Pharrell does. Like, I think in the verses, Pharrell can smoke any producer.
Bro,
any hip hop producer.
There's a verses with Neo and somebody. I don't know. I actually don't know the person's name. But he's a producer that produced a lot of songs. Maybe they're older, but
well, Neo also has done like a lot of writing, like
ghostwriting. Yeah.
Well, not really ghostwriting. He gets credit for it, but yeah.
That's another part of the evolution of hip hop. How like artists that you wouldn't think would write these types of songs, write for other artists.
Oh, define what a ghostwriter is for the people.
Hashim, you know what a ghostwriter is.
Somebody that writes for another artist, pretty much writes lyrics for songs that they think artists would perform well on. Like Sia. Sia's a good. I don't know if that's not even hip hop, but
they don't also. But also, it's important to specify ghostwriters don't usually get like credit for it too.
Sometimes they don't want the credit.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's a difference between a ghostwriter and a credited writer of songs. Because a credited writer you'll see on the production credits.
Yeah.
Ghostwriters are like behind the scenes people who jot that shit down and then give it away, and then nobody really like knows that shit was written. You know what I mean?
They just get their check. That's it. Joey
Badass. Okay.
I was saying he written a few songs that are well known. I don't know the actual names. I can't think of the actual song, but you would never have known. Because it's not the type of music that he actually raps or does.
Man, I need Joey Badass to focus, man, because he's
acting
on some other shit, and I need him to just drop an album and get back to the shit he, I get people evolve and artists evolve, but yeah, he needs to. I don't know. He's been on some other shit lately. But I got a question though. Since we're talking about ghostwriters, do you guys feel like ghostwriters should get as much credit for hit songs or like great albums as much as the artists who are putting them out?
Nah.
Isn't the point just to not know who it is?
No?
I don't think they should get as much credit because you got also think that's true also, Waller, to not know who it is, ghostwriter, and not a credited writer. But you gotta also think that like they write the songs for and give it to particular people because they could deliver it better than what they could. Like you always see like, oh, this is so and so song, and this is a sample of the song sang by like say Rihanna, but that's not who it's like. The person that the well-known song is sung by somebody else type beat, right? So like the person that ghostwrote it probably sang it or rapped it, and just to give the actual artist they're giving it to like a template of what it should sound like, right? But to have that authentic sound or that sound that people are listening to or looking forward to, that takes effort, and I feel like they should get more credit than the ghostwriters.
See, I disagree. I'm gonna let you go, but I disagree though, only in the sense of like, I feel like originality should be something that, especially in hip hop, it's something that like is so infrequent, because I feel like so many people is taken from others in a way and taking influences from others, which is fine. Like that's art. At the end of the day, art is taking something you've seen and implementing it into your own, and then using it and taking it and using it in your own way and making it your own, identity with it, which is fine. But like, for example, like I do poetry, right? So I'm trying to come up with different original ways to write a certain stanza or whatever. So imagine you come up with a topic, right? And you give me this entire broadening idea, and you give me write down the notes or whatever. And then but then I come away with it. Shouldn't you get as much credit for it as I do? Even though like I performed the poem and I had to like project it, obviously, but you were the one who kind of wrote and gave me the idea of the whole thing.
I don't think you should get as much credit. You can say the same thing about movies. Actors are more well known than the people that write the scripts.
Yeah, but I don't think that's in the same vein though.
I think it's pretty similar. Wally, what were you gonna say though?
I was gonna say, don't. As long as that artist, let's take for example, 6ix9ine, don't act like you the king of rap, hip hop, all this shit. Or who said it? Who was that said I'm not a rapper? Who was it? Damn, he had like the bees in his head and all that shit. What was his name? Lil Yachty?
Lil Yachty? That sounds accurate. He has bees in his head.
He said he was not a rapper, right? Someone like him, he knows his role. He knows his place. If you out here, like 6ix9ine's bitch ass, if you claim you the king of hip hop or rap one night, then we have an issue.
He's a troll.
I don't give a fuck. Don't put a slant. Don't put lies out there. Don't act like you the shit when we know people write stuff for you. Because now you really just trying to just play with fate right there.
Wale, I want to go back. Oh, go ahead, Ashim.
I was gonna say I can believe that he writes his stuff because garbage.
Oh well, yeah.
And it's generic. It's generic as hell. It's not layered. Like I feel like
not bars.
I feel like music that's more layered in hip hop that has more substance. I could see why that would be it would be suspicion of having ghostwriters. But generic music that's more so party music or bangers and things of that nature, I don't see why you would need a ghostwriter for it, because it's not that much depth to it anyway.
Honestly, I don't even think he came up with the garbage shit he came up with, to be honest.
I mean, it's not really much to say, with the blicky up. I mean, that doesn't take a lot of effort.
Bars.
Yo, actually.
Yep.
That's bars to you?
That's it. Bars. That's an Instagram caption right there.
All right, so next post you put on Instagram, make sure y'all follow Hashim on Instagram at HMG Dream. He's gonna put his next caption for his next post he posts on IG.
Yeah.
With the blicky up. All right. Make sure you put that just like that.
All right.
But I want to go back, Wale, to Hashim. So Hashim made a parallel between a script writer, a screenwriter, and an actor, and in the differing level of credit that they get in a film compared to a ghostwriter and an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's an accurate parallel? Because I don't personally, as someone who's into film.
Can I add on to it?
So
yeah,
think
let's
about
get
it.
how Wale's thing first.
So it's an interesting parallel he made. I wouldn't say it's 1-to-1, but
That's what I'm saying.
But remember, like at the end of the day, an artist, they are acting a certain way to project what is written, either was it them or someone else. They have to project it in a way. It could be the most, like you said, generic, most basic thing, but because of how they did it, how they execute, it could be more phenomenal than it is. And an actor in a movie, the script can be so-so, but again, the actors, how they interact and whatnot, that emotion they give, it can make the film for people.
Facts.
They don't care about the script. They don't care about the story or nothing. It's just like, oh, this person's in it. They're a great actor. They have range or whatever. The way they make something so silly just seem watchable is all they
Joaquin
need.
Phoenix and Joker, for an example.
Well, are you saying Joker's like not good? I'm not saying.
No, I love Joker. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. But what I'm saying is,
yeah, put like that. So a movie about a guy who dresses up in makeup as a comic book character, a clown. You would think, oh, that's silly. But then you see this actor and what he has to do, like in the dialogue and the story, he's like, well, damn, I didn't think it was that real. Some people don't. Do I need to say this every damn video? The MCU, something as silly as comic book heroes. You got all these characters and actors acting it out, and you're like, oh, damn, this is sad.
I felt Marvel slander coming as soon as he pondered. I felt Marvel slander coming.
Yeah, as basic as those fucking movies are. Continue. But yes, it's an interesting parallel. Not 1-to-1, but I can see it. I can see where Hashim's going.
Yeah, I say like I have two things to say, but for that, like you saying basically the actor can make the script, because if you put the script in a different person's hands, it's gonna be completely different, right? And I say that's pretty similar with the ghostwriting thing, because you could give it to multiple artists, but it's gonna have a different sound with each and every one, right? And that's why I said the artist should get more credit for the thing for the ghostwriting. Second thing, sorry, I think the ghostwriters they're still respected and known within their industry, within their field. Like we're not gonna know them because they're behind the scenes, but the artists, the rappers, or whatever are gonna be like, oh, this person wrote that. That's about to be heat. Let me try to get on that. Let me try to get this song. So I still think they get the credit. It's just not the public credit. They're not celebrities, and maybe some of them don't want to be. Now you can say what you gotta say, but
okay. So I want to retort both of your points. So the first one, you said
both of them.
Yeah, both of them, because I'm not agreeing with your logic, because so you're basically saying like the ghostwriters are more well respected in their field, but like the screenwriters, they're in what's called the Writers Guild. So they are certified within the industry, majority of them. So they are getting credited for it. And on the movie credits,
ain't nobody watch them credits, bro.
I know, but what I'm saying is on the movie credits, it's a bunch of people involved, but you see the screenwriters as well. And that's because they like Wale said, right? Okay. When it comes to the screenwriting and actor dynamic, the script can be average, mid, maybe above average, right? It doesn't have to be an amazing script of dialogue, but the actors are the ones who are projecting the story. That's why I referenced Joaquin Phoenix and the Joker, because like the story itself is cool. It's a nice story, but Joaquin Phoenix brought that out because of his dynamic between Arthur Fleck and him transitioning from the man Arthur Fleck to the Joker. Without his performance, that movie is not as critically acclaimed, regardless of the script. Compared to the ghostwriter is catering to the artist. The script, the screenwriters is catering to the story. There's a difference. They're not catering to the actors. The actors have to project it a certain way regardless.
Well, Bobby, you have to keep in mind sometimes for certain movies, certain roles, they will seek out certain people they feel the script they made will fit that person.
Of
If they
course, of
But
course.
I also think like ghostwriters, some I know there's a lot of times where they write for particular people. Like particular people have like certain ghostwriters, right? But I think sometimes they just write the song and then whoever they feel would be good on the song, they'll send it to, and they send it to multiple people. But it could go either way. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I get where you were going with the parallel, and I never thought of it that way, but I don't think they're hand in hand, because I feel like the actor has to do more more of the labor, especially because with the film I feel like it could be a longer process than just like an individual song.
Okay, you're comparing the labor between the song and the
Yeah,
music
because because
Uh,
in the
I-
script you're doing a whole film or you're doing a whole series compared to a ghostwriter doing a specific song.
but
You know what I'm saying?
keep in mind though, I'd say the like a song it lasts 3 minutes on average, or
yeah.
maybe 4. A
Could be
movie,
more.
is like an hour or so, but still, at the end of the day, because I say for a song, you got to make sure your stuff is hitting, because that's in that time frame, that small time frame, you got to get attention. You got to get some ears, be like, oh, I
But
like
that's
that.
more so. But see, that is more so with the hook and the producers with the beat, with the instrumental.
But that's
Depends on the
still,
song.
In terms of keeping the retention of the audience,
Mhm.
like you're saying, that I feel like is more so with the production, especially in this day and age, because a lot of people are casual listeners of hip hop. They're not really focusing on the substance within the song itself.
The same thing for movies, though.
Let alone the album. They're
It's the same thing
focused
for
on
movies, though,
the
Bobby.
beats. What happened?
It's the same thing for movies, though, because like the production of a movie, like again, I gotta keep bringing this up. You see how I critique the MCU? A lot of casual viewers don't care about all the for the characters like background lore or how like the details of the comic books are. It's just if it's entertaining, like action and all that, fine, that's it. Same thing for hip hop. The average viewer probably doesn't care about all the lyrics and the flow and all that. They just want to hear a good sound. That's really it.
But again, though, if you're going to watch the MCU movie or any film, even if you're not emotionally connected with the character itself, you still care about the story, because the story itself has to be entertaining.
You'd be surprised. You'd be
If
surprised.
you're going to watch the new Spider-Man that came out or whatever film, right? You see all the hype, you see the trailers, everything. The story itself has to be entertaining for you to go and watch it and sit there for over 2 hours sometimes.
There's a lot of
other
other factors.
If the story is weak.
There's a lot of other factors. So you can use that for like songs. I don't know what the hell the song was with I think is it Smiley and featuring Drake. Is that the song? I don't know the name of the artist, but there's a song where Drake has a feature on it, and people would literally listen to that song just for that feature. The song is garbage.
Yeah, because that's a Drake stimulus package. Like anytime he's a feature on the song, that's what it's called.
Listen to what you said, though. Listen to what you said.
The Drake stimulus package. That's people listen to him because he's a feature on the song. That's what happened with Block Boy JB with Look Alive. Nobody would have cared about that fucking song if it wasn't for Drake. Respectfully.
But listen to what you said. Because of Drake, a stimulus package. Same thing for the Spider-Man movie. People just like Spider-Man. They don't have investment into how the story is. Just if I see Spider-Man swinging around, making clips, fighting people, that's it. There's people that don't care about the story.
That's not entirely true, because Spider-Man, I've always said, is my favorite superhero, and I watched the original, and I always vouched for Tobey Maguire, but I didn't watch the other two with Andrew Garfield.
That's what got you to go there. That's what got you to go there. You said, "Oh, Toby might be in there." That's one of the factors that got you.
You guys aren't listening. What I'm saying is, I didn't watch this past one that just came out because I didn't see the other two, so I wasn't invested in the entire story. I would only be invested into Toby's Spider-Man. So that would take away from the whole essence of the film, because I'm only caring about 1/3 of the movie.
Bobby, you'd be some people actually have said they went to the movie to see if they're going to be in it. They did that. I've seen comments of people doing that.
But Bobby, you didn't watch any of the other Spider-Man?
No, I didn't.
Which group of artists are like have more quality, and but who are better, female artists or male artists? Like who's really repping hip hop right now?
I got comment for that. That's a good question though. Make that a poll or
definitely will.
Because I'm not gonna hold you. I'm thinking
it all depends on perspective. Because
it depends on the aspect of what you're saying. Are you saying lyrically? Are you saying entertainment wise?
Overall,
those are two different.
Higher quality overall.
Because look, it's like we've been listening to majority guy rappers, and some stuff we can relate to if they're talking about girls and stuff. But when now it's more, not now, but it's, women rappers have been around for a while, right? And they're talking for different perspectives. So like, Meg Thee Stallion talking about all that explicit stuff, right?
Dick.
Obviously, we ain't gonna relate, right?
No, we're not.
A lot of women are gonna relate and feel like empowered and be like, yeah, this shit is fire. But a lot of guys are gonna say this is fire and stuff. Like, I like Meg Thee Stallion, not those type of lyrics, Bobby, but I like her because I think she's a good artist.
Honestly, like I said, Hashim, I can't her whole lyric stuff. I'm like, okay, do your thing, Queen, but her flow, her execution.
Do your thing, Queen.
It's a good flow. I think
her flow and execution.
Do your thing, Queen.
Well, what song was it with Cardi? I forgot.
WAP.
But
Cardi too, damn.
WAP.
Yeah, WAP.
Like her when she was executing her line, the way she was going, I was like,
the flow was crazy. Nah, for real.
Like, the fuck?
Megan, I will say Megan
Cardi
has
too.
a great flow. I think Cardi's flow is decent too. I just like, and this could apply to a lot of the mainstream male rappers too. Like, I just feel like sometimes, especially with Megan, it's so repetitive. Like, we get, like, it's okay. Listen, I don't have a problem with her or a lot of these other female artists that are becoming mainstream talking about sex or talking about explicit, commentary or whatever. That's cool. It's just switch it up. Like,
guys are repetitive too, though.
But that's what I'm saying though.
Money.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm personally not making a double standard because I feel the same way with dudes. Like with Young Thug or those type of artists. Like, we get it. You get the most bitches. You get the most money. We get it. But like, do something different. Or even if the content is the same, do it in a more creative way. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop doing it the same way over and over the same production over and over. It gets repetitive.
But it works because that's the template. If it works for somebody else, why not try it? And then it's all depends on the public.
So, but as an audience though, at Hashim, right? Do you not feel like it gets redundant to the point where you tune it out at a certain point?
Well, you gotta listen. As for me, I listen to a lot of different artists. So like, I'm a bad person to look for an example. But a lot of mumble rapping or the drill shit, bro, they all sound the same to me. Not gonna lie.
It is the same, but I think with drill, certain artists can execute it better than others. So I feel like 5-Year Foreign, for example, right? He would be considered like New York drill, but not even five. No, I didn't mean to say 5-Year Foreign, even though he is. Rowdy Rebel, right? He's computers, like with Bobby Shmurda, right?
Oh, okay.
His right hand man. I don't mind listening to Rowdy Rebel, like his hits, because like he brings a certain original, like personality.
I wouldn't even say that's drill. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't even say that's drill.
That's not Rowdy Rebel. You don't think that's drill?
Wait.
That's like computers.
Not computers, but like the music he's come out with recently. Yeah. You wouldn't consider that drill?
I haven't listened to it.
Wait,
I said, I don't listen to it.
So go back to Bobby's point about redundancy and like overkill, because you would hear it in some people saying, "Oh, all guy rappers do is talk about how many girls they get, the money, this, that, and third." Yeah, I guess that shit gets really boring really quick. I mean, there's like some here and there that can say it better and have more hype shit, but overall, there's no substance to it. And now, side note, especially for the gals, the woman. I'm gonna need y'all to pay the fuck attention to what you're listening to because you got shit saying there's some hoes in this. You're repping that shit. Why are you repping that shit?
Because they
It's
live in their
catchy.
best life.
But
I don't give a fuck.
It's the society that we're in. Hot girl summer.
I don't give a
City
nah.
boys
No. Fuck that societal shit. Fuck me, not give a fuck.
Cold
Stop
boy
with that
winter.
shit. Because honestly, when I hear girls be saying that shit out loud and proud, I'm like,
long to. But it's a song, bro. You can't really. Sorry, I take that back. Can't say it's just a song because people have really felt power. Like, oh, I'm gonna be in the streets. That's why I said I take it back. I said I take it back.
Back up.
I said I take it back. Rewind it. I said I take it back because a lot of people have felt like a power. Like, yeah, I want to be in these streets. It's a hot girl summer. Blah blah blah. But I feel like they live in like a fantasy world where at the same time they want something more, and that's not what the music is giving them. I don't know, man.
And also, I think people need to understand too, it's entertainment at the end of the day too. Like a lot of these artists, whether male or female, who are mainstream, who are saying these like toxic ass lyrics or are saying lyrics that are very explicit in terms of sexually or whatever, a lot of them don't actually live that life. In a sense of like a lot of the women that we're talking about who have those type of explicit songs.
Oh, your man got cuffed up. They're
cuffed.
I mean, but look, that
so you as women trying to adopt that is the same way as dudes hearing their favorite male artists say all this gun talk, and none of them have gun charges. None of them have never even seen a gun pop off. I'm sorry to break it to you. So you trying to act like you a gangster because you listening to some felonious ass bullshit that your favorite artist said is just as goofy as the women who are listening to these women and are like, yes, sis, but they're cuffed.
Yes.
It's just music, though,
entertainment.
Bro. It's just music.
Doesn't matter.
You know, it could be like an alter ego. So you listen to certain music when you're doing certain activities. Like if you go to the gym or like before a game, you might listen to some.
You don't go to the gym.
Whose man is this? If you listen to if you go to the gym, you might listen to different stuff. Like if you're in your feelings, you go listen to like R&B or stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, it's not just, it just gives you a certain alter ego for that moment. It's like, oh, I'm about to go to a party. Let me listen to what I would be listening to.
Listen
but
now.
That's fine. But again, like my fault, Wale. But that's fine though. But what I'm saying is, don't blur the line though. Like we could listen. We could be. Let's say me and you was going out to a function, or whatever. We could listen to some toxic type music from Future, or whatever, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that we represent what the content or the lyrics are saying. It just means that's the type of mode, or that's the thing we want to listen to get us in a festive mode to try to go out.
It's entertainment, yeah.
Right, but people don't blur those lines, and then they start to adopt it into their actual personality and their mentality of how they go about interacting with people, and that's where it becomes.
We need a safe word. We need a safe word for my rants.
We'll make a poll for it as well.
So I'm going to wrap it up. I feel like we had a good conversation here today. But thank you guys for watching. If you're listening, thank you for listening. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed.
Road to 100 subs.
Big facts. Interact with us.
Get a taste in music. Right?
Let us know if you have any topics you want us to talk about, or if you want to be a special guest on the show. Any last words from you guys?
I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're listening on any of the platforms, please leave a rating. Please follow us, or just continue to listen to us. Follow us on IG, the HBCU podcast. We post previews. We post polls, questions, all types of different things, any updates on the show. Also, follow us on TikTok. Hashim has a TikTok up for us. We'll be posting content there as well. You know what I'm saying? Road to 100 subs. Thank you.
Get out of here.
Peace.